The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
This is Carson-Newman basketball on the Eagles Sports Network.
Into the left corner, Wykle three, butter, Braelyn Wykle.
We're getting you set for game day with a countdown to tip-off, powered by Appalachian Electric Cooperative.
And as the Eagles with the takeaway, Rutherford steals it, Wykle scores it. Great feed from Rutherford to find Wykle off the turnover.
Carson-Newman basketball is brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative. We're AEC, powering the Eagles and Mossy Creek. By Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. By the Eagle Club, the family of Eagles. By Pepsi, that's what I like. By Magaha Electric, providing quality electrical services and products to East Tennessee for more than 40 years. By First Bank, the official banking partner of Carson-Newman Athletics. Inner Digital, IT support and marketing, laser focused on your success. By the Bible Insurance Agency, the agency that's service built. By Lisa's Country Kitchen, the best food for the best prices. By Food City, value every day. By Tri-Life, dream big with gig. By Modern Woodman Financial Planning, touching lives and securing futures. And by ShopCNEagles.com, the official online store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Now, here's the voice of the Lady Eagles, Andrew Rogers.
We welcome you to the Rock Hill Sports and Events Center, where Carson-Newman and Lenoir Rhyne collide in the semifinal round of the South Atlantic Conference Women's Basketball Championship. The third meeting between the Bears and the Eagles comes on this March 7th. Andrew Rogers, glad you've decided to join us here on the AUC Countdown to Tip-Off on the Eagles Sports Network as Carson-Newman looks to advance into the South Atlantic Conference Championship game. The program has 10 SAC championships, 2 under head coach Mike Mincy, most recently in 2022. Eagles just 2 seasons ago were SAC champs and now face off against the 2023 SAC champs, the Lenoir Rhyne Bears. The Bears got here with a 5-point win over Coker on Tuesday afternoon. 2 days off, or 1 full day off of the Bears for that higher seed, their number 2 overall seed, thanks to a 13-3 run. The Bears are in this position. Carson-Newman defeated Anderson yesterday, 82-75. A late rally sparked by Michaela Alvey 3 propelled Carson-Newman to this position today. The Eagles and Bears battling for the third time this year. Eagles won at home by 7 in February. Lenoir Rhyne came from behind to beat Carson-Newman at home by 2 in January. Who takes the decisive third game for the right to play in tomorrow's South Atlantic Conference Championship game? We'll find out soon enough. This is the Appalachian Electric Cooperative Tailgate Show. Eagle fans, AEC is your Touchstone Energy Cooperative service you can trust, value you can depend on, powering Mossy Creek. We're AEC member-owned and service-driven. We'll hear from head coach Mike Mincy when we return here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser-focused on your success.
Our pregame conversation with head coach Mike Mincy heads your way in 60 seconds on the Eagles Sports Network. Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Carson-Newman advances to the South Atlantic Conference semifinals here in Rock Hill, South Carolina, with a matchup against the number 2 seed Lenoir Rhyne Bears. Andrew Rogers here with Carson-Newman head women's basketball coach Mike Mincy for the Eagles Sports Network. Coach, quality performance, especially in the second half offensively. Were really efficient. When you reflected on yesterday's game to prepare for this one, what allowed your team ultimately to come out on top?
Well, I mean, after getting to go back and soak it in and watch game film and everything else, I just think we made some plays. I mean, we defended well enough. There's always improvement when it comes to that kind of stuff. But in tournament play, it's about making plays and rising to the occasion. And I felt like in the second half, for the most part, we took care of the ball, fought through the adversity of the game and in the tournament and the frustration of did they get the right call, did they not get the right call, that kind of thing, and just ultimately making shots. If you go back to the end, it was like 75-73. We're right at about a minute to go, and we're trying to do that whole burn clock, score, and Mac hits that big bucket, and then we get a stop, I believe, and we advance it, and then that's when you get the driving layup by Mac and the flagrant foul, and that, I think that sealed the win for us. So I was just proud of how they played, and Anderson's a really tough team, and I'm glad we come out on top.
All right, so you split the season series with Lenoir Rhyne, third time you'll face them, second straight opponent you'll do so. You faced Anderson twice, split with them, now you'll do it with Lenoir Rhyne here this afternoon. When you think back to these two matchups, low-scoring type games in the 60s, 50s, whatnot, how do you avoid scoring droughts per se? It's easier said than done, but how do you consistently score against a tough LR defense when they use the zone?
I wish I had that answer. Obviously, they've done a good job all year long utilizing their zone and being the number one defensive team in the league in terms of points per game given up. But I went back, going back and watching our game at Carson-Newman, we built up a double-figure lead in the first half, let it squander away, build up a double-figure lead in the second half. And then we just, I think we went for a long time with LR in the fourth quarter. I think it was 5 minutes from the 8-minute mark to the 3-minute mark of whatever and some change. It was terrible. I mean, we didn't score, they didn't score, and I thought we had opportunities. The ball got to Lindsay, she didn't cash in, had some untimely turnovers, and it looked like it was going to be one of those games that we had a double-figure lead and we let a team come back and win. But luckily, our defense was stiff enough. They didn't shoot the ball very well. And we might have been over 40%, but it wasn't a good shooting night for us. And, we were just fortunate to be at home and we came away with a win. You mentioned their ability to rally. They did that in the quarterfinals against Coker, ended the game on a 13-3 run, and they've done that several times, did it in the regular season finale against Wingate. So how do you finish games against this team? Because, yes, you may be up 10 with, we'll say, 2-3 minutes to go, but they're going to seem to make it interesting down the stretch. Is that more of their ability or team's inability to be able to close games out against them? I don't know. That's the one thing that, I've told the staff and told our team. Sometimes their wins haven't been impressive, and sometimes their wins are wow, they only beat this team by a certain amount. But the one place you got to give them credit, they win games, and that's all there is to it. And that's why they find themselves at number 2 in the region, because ultimately that's all the computers care about. Did you win or did you lose? And at home especially, everybody plays better at home, and I think LR is no different. They've had double-digit deficits at halftime at home, 3 or 4 times maybe.
Yep.
and then they find a way to come back and get the victory. And so that's a credit to Graham. It's a credit to their players that they're never going to give up. They're going to keep fighting. So here we are, tournament time. We're in a neutral floor, and it's not going to be any different. And it's not going to be any different for us. You know, if they've got a lead, we're going to try to come back. If we got a lead, they're going to try to come back, and he's got to play for all 40 minutes.
You talk about players stepping up in big moments as you go on throughout the South Atlantic Conference tournament, and even beyond that. How do those moments continue to get of greater importance, but also of those players realizing the moment and understanding every possession, especially down the stretch, is even greater as the game gets closer and closer and down the stretch?
Yeah, we try to. I mean, you can't really take away the pressure of the moment. When they got here yesterday to watch LMU and Wingate play, I think they could sense the tension of the players that were on the floor. And we try to take some of that away from them by telling them to just go play. You know, we're the type of team and program and staff that, you know, that's what it's about for us is putting you out on the floor and trusting that you're going to make the right plays on both ends of the floor and not try to control you like a bunch of robots. And I think that our kids, for the most part, were very trustworthy yesterday, and they made plays. And with each game, you could say that the pressure gets greater, I guess, but you know, I'm happy with how we've had some bad losses this year and the way things have played out, but beat a great team in Anderson yesterday. We're going to be playing LR today. We already know with yesterday's win that we're a firm in the NCAA tournament for next week. We'd like to win the tournament, but every day is different. Every game's different. Will the ball bounce our way today? Who knows? You know, we're going to play as hard as we can and hope for the best.
Best of luck against the Bears.
Thank you, Andrew.
That's Carson-Newman women's basketball head coach Mike Mincy. We're back for more after these messages here on the Eagles Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
We're getting closer to tip-off.
Price picks it up, and Carson-Newman is the South Atlantic Conference Tournament champions.
More CN memories are headed your way on the Eagles Sports Network.
There's something about a small community that unites us, whether it's cheering on our favorite team or the way we come together in a crisis. Small communities are made up of people with big hearts. We're dedicated to hard work and innovation through sunny days and stormy nights. AEC is always here, powering the people and the places that make our community a spectacular place to call home. AEC, power what matters most.
The number one source for Carson-Newman athletics gear, shopseeandeagles.com, where you can find gear from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour. Shirts, jerseys, sweatshirts, shorts, pants, hats, and scarves. ShopSeeAndEagles.com is your source for everything CN. You can even show your school spirit on your smartphone or tablet. All of your game day essentials can be found in one place. ShopSeeAndEagles.com.
Okay, let's see. Carson-Newman University. It's been around since 1851. A beautiful campus, amazing student life, world-class accredited academics, competitive athletic programs, a Christian perspective, a top 10 best value school. They give $48 million in financial aid every year, and I get a free scholarship when I enroll. Looks like I've found the perfect place.
This
kisses it off the glass and one
is Carson-Newman women's basketball on the Eagles Sports Network.
Wykle off the screen, gets free. Here's a three, and the answer. Braelyn Wykle with a massive triple. It's 67-65.
Today's game is brought to you by Appalachian Electric Cooperative, by Modern Woodman Financial Planning, Domino's, First Bank, by ShopCNEagles.com, The Eagle Club, the Bible Insurance Agency, by Pepsi, by Magaha Electric, InterDigital, by Food City, Trilite, and by Lisa's Country Kitchen. Now back to the voice of the Lady Eagles, Andrew Rogers.
Just underway from the Rock Hill Sports and Events Center. Carson-Newman gets the first two on a Michaela Alvey stickback, and that's how we start the action. And Emily Harmon answers with a floater in the lane. We started a few minutes earlier. It was a 2:30 tip. But we're underway a couple of minutes early. It's two aside, and now we are 60 seconds into the game. Carson-Newman has the basketball. Lindsay Taylor left baseline. This is the South Atlantic Conference semifinals between the Eagles and the Bears. Bounce feed. Taylor, the catch in the lane, and she finishes through contact. Lindsay Taylor on the board for Carson-Newman, and the lead is 4-2 with 8:45 to play in this opening quarter. Emily Harmon off a screen at the elbow. Chest pass over to Blakely Crooks. A catch-and-shoot three from Aaliyah Hill. Banks off the glass strong. Campbell Penland, the rebound. Penland in transition into the corner. Tori Rutherford, catch-and-shoot three from the right corner is swished in. Carson-Newman has made its three of its first four, and the lead is 5 early on. It's 7-2. Lady Eagles have scored 64 points and 60 points in 2 games against the Bears as Crooks pops and hits from the baseline. Blakely Crooks' first basket comes on a baseline jump shot. Rutherford hands off for Wykle. Bounce feed to Penland out front. 2 minutes in, Carson-Newman by 3. Taylor at the elbow, kicks out for Rutherford, who attacks the baseline, gets cut off by 2, skips it to Braelyn Wykle. Wide open, Braelyn Wykle for 3. Back iron, it goes over top of the backboard. Then the ball back to Lenoir Rhyne, who trails by 3. Eagle fans, Domino's is the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. When you're hungry, reach for Domino's. Get a large one-topping pizza for $5.99 when you use your Carson-Newman ID. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. These two clubs meeting in the postseason for the 14th time. Eagles lead the all-time postseason ledger 9-4. First meeting since 2020 in conference tournament action. Aaliyah Hill hands off to Harmon, who steps back at the top of the key, spins, met by 2. To Lindstrom, now Makiba Jones, step back, three-pointer. Short, rebounded by Alvey. Jayla Alvey crosses half court with the basketball in her left hand, skips it to Wykle, left wing. Braelyn against the zone, looks to Penland, top of the key. Equals reverse to Tori Rutherford. Catch and shoot 3 for Tori. This one looked good, but it's off the front of the iron and out of bounds. Back to Lenoir Rhyne. Carson-Newman 1 for 3 from the three-point arc, 3 of its first 6 from the field to grab the early three-point advantage with 7:14 and counting to go in this opening quarter. Hill bounces it to Makiba Jones, to Crooks, top of the key. Harmon, a touch left wing. Emily Harmon, the senior guard, the reigning South Atlantic Conference Tournament MVP. Lindstrom catch in the corner. She goes baseline off to Hill. Hill off the screen to the back, cutting Crooks, but Alvey swiped it away. Wykle the other way for Carson-Newman, into the corner for Rutherford. Nothing there. They skip it to Alvey. One more to Campbell Penland. Didn't like the three-point look, and they reverse to Alvey, top of the key. Good closeout by the Bears as well in that sequence. Penland at the right wing, tried to bounce it to Taylor in the corner, and it was deflected out. Carson-Newman keeps it with 6 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the opening quarter, leading by 3. South Atlantic Conference semifinal action between the past 2 champions in the league. Taylor hands off to Campbell Penland at the right wing. Penland to the elbow, picks her dribble up, needs help, finds Alvey. 3 to shoot. Alvey lost the dribble. Out of bounds. Back to Lenoir Rhyne. First Carson-Newman turnover comes from Michaela Alvey, who had a career day in the quarterfinals, scored 22 to pace Carson-Newman past the Anderson Trojans. Taylor intercepts the pass. LT with the steal. Taylor the other way. Right-hand layup. No good. And a foul as Taylor takes a hard fall into the stanchion, getting fouled by Makiba Jones. Taylor seems to be okay as Jones commits her first. Hustle play by Jones to get back into the play as Taylor went in for the straight line drive. Jones with a clean, hard foul and sends Lindsey Taylor to the free throw line for a pair of free throws. Taylor was in double figures yesterday and throws the first one up and through. Taylor scored 13 points on an efficient 6 of 9. Did foul out yesterday as the second one falls off the front of the iron short. Rebound secured for Lindstrom, and she'll push it across the timeline to the trailer Hill, who pump fakes the top of the key three. The Bears will reset the offense. Malia Hill picks her dribble up now, left of the wing, finds Crooks free throw line. Backs down Alvey, met by 2, goes glass, left it short, rebound Wykle. Eagles by 4. Wykle throws it ahead to Campbell Penland. Penland bounces it to the block. Lindsey Taylor lobs it out for Braelyn Wykle. Wykle to Alvey against this 2-3 zone extended out for the Bears. Rutherford skip for Penland out front. 13 to shoot. Torrey, ball over her head, finds Braelyn Wykle, who pump fakes the 3, gets into the lane, hangs a high arcer wide left. Jones the rebound. Bears haven't scored in more than 2.5 minutes, and Carson-Newman leads 8-4. Hill inside the arc, gets to the free throw line to Crooks, who pump fakes and shoots and hits. Blakely Crooks' second basket. She has 4 points, the All-Sac first-teamer. Ends the drought for the Bears. 8-6 halfway through the first quarter. Michaela Alvey catch and shoot 3 from the wing is strong. Rebound Blakely Crooks. Graham Smith from the sideline calls out the play to his point guard Harmon, who dribbles at the right wing. Harmon off an elbow screen from the free throw line, shoots and misses. It hit the left side of the iron and falls to the right side where Michaela Alvey grabbed it. Alvey for Carson-Newman the other way. They throw it high post. Taylor had it deflected away by Jones. A steal. Malia Hill in transition. Over Penland. Shoots. Got blocked, but a foul. And Carson-Newman's first foul of the contest is charged to Campbell Penland, and it brings us to a pause in the action. 4:33 to go in the opening quarter. It's 8-6 Carson-Newman. The Eagles made 3 of their first 4, but have missed 4 in a row, but still lead by 2 points here in the first quarter. We're back for more South Atlantic Conference semifinal action here in Rock Hill after these messages on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get.
And Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Lisa's Country Kitchen serves the best home-cooked meals the Lakeway region can offer. Lisa's Country Kitchen, the official restaurant of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Malia Hill to shoot 2 free throws for the Bears. First one is up and it's short, front of the iron, miss. 8-6 ball game as Graham Smith will send his defensive unit to the scorers table. He brings 5 new players on so often early in basketball games now, as Hill's second one is up and through. Here come the 5 new substitutes as Hill makes the second. It's Alexandra Merceron, Josie Hayes, Jalen Gathers, Megan Lancidel, and Courtney Fields. There's only 12 players dressed, and already 10 have seen the floor now. Gonzalez back to Rogers, who makes the catch, and now ahead to Alvey. Alvey sprints into the paint and got bumped by Alexandra Merceron. First on the freshman and the second on the Bears. Eagles still hold this 1-point lead despite no baskets in 4 minutes. Carson got out to an efficient offensive start, but now has gone cold. Man-to-man defense. Wykle gets open off the inbound, rejects the shot and dribbles out front. Now bounces it to Michaela Alvey. Alvey into the lane, floats it up with a right hand. Mack delivers again. She's got 4 early on, and that ends a field goal drought. Just lasted more than 4 minutes. 10-7 Eagles as we approach the 4-minute mark of the opening frame. Gathers with the right hand dribble, gets into the paint, pitches it out for Courtney Fields. Fields off a screen to the basket. Taylor the block. Taylor outlet to Keely Rogers. Rogers ahead to Alvey. Alvey one more to Wykle in the corner. Braelyn dribbles, sees a mismatch inside, crosses over and got fouled by Jalen Gathers.
First on Gathers, third on the
First on Gathers, the third on LR. And here come 5 new players for Lenoir Rhyne. Harmon, Crooks, Lindstrom, Jones, and Jada Glass into the game. So Glass, a new player, 11th different player to enter the game. Bears go to the bench unit for a minute, and now back to the starters.
Pete Anderson in the title game.
Inbound to come from Wykle, far sideline. Braelyn's taken 2 shots, has come up empty as she inbounds to Lindsay Taylor. Wykle dribbles at the top of the key, a chest pass for Michaela Alvey. Ball over her head, she skips it to Braelyn Wykle. Wykle with 8 to shoot, picks her dribble up, finds Gonzalez at the wing, throws it baseline for Alvey, 5 to shoot. Mack will have to shoot, missed it short, rebound Crooks. Harmon the other way, crossing half court. Right-hand dribble at the wing. Goes in and out with the dribble. Gets to the free throw line. Lobs corner for Lindstrom. A jab step and a 3 is up for Tilda. It's an air ball. Alvey the backside rebound. She's got 4 boards. Mack the other way. Inside the arc into the corner for Gonzalez. Nothing there in transition as Alvey dribbles in the corner. Now finds Rogers. Eagles working around against now a 2-3 zone look again from the Bears. Braelyn picks the dribble up. Carson-Newman by 3. Wykle gets it back. Here's a 3. It's online but short. Rebounded by Lindstrom. Lindstrom crosses half court. Gets inside the arc. Kicks it out for Glass. The trailer Harmon's open. She turns down this shot to find Crooks for one more. And Blakely Crooks bangs it home. Blakely Crooks ties the game with her 3rd field goal. She's got 7 points. And we're tied at 10. Zone defense, tough to score on. Alvey to Rogers. Eagles just 1 basket after the early start. Alvey the catch, fell down. Able to find Rogers, and Rogers turned it over. Harmon got in the passing lane for the steal. Harmon in transition, shovels it off. Glass pump fakes, throws it inside to the cutting Harmon. Floater up and in. 5 straight for Lenoir Rhyne, and the Bears lead by 2. 12-10, approaching the 2-minute mark of the first quarter. Alvey has it for Carson-Newman at the wing. High post touch for Rogers. Keeley crosses over, stops and floats it up and in over Mykeba Jones. Good shot from Keeley Rogers for 2 and tie the game back at 12. Rogers' first field goal. 1:45 to go in the first. 12 all in a back and forth opening quarter. Both teams have led. Harmon bounces it left elbow for the all-conference forward Blakely Crooks, who faces up on Alvey. Puts it on the floor. Crooks off a screen. Knocked Alvey to the deck. No call. Shoots over Taylor. Missed it. Wide left. Rebound Rogers. Keeley crosses half court. Gets into the lane. Determined drive. Lost it on the way through. A turnover. 3-on-2 the other way. Jones stops her dribble. Now gets into the paint and is tied up. Jump ball. The jump ball will keep the possession with Lenoir Rhyne with 74 seconds to play in the opening quarter as Michaela Alvey gets her first rest and Skylar Boshiers enters for the first time. Both teams 5 of 12 from the field in a battle of the second best scoring offense against the number 1 scoring defense. Harmon will inbound along the right side of the baseline. The game tied at 12 for the Bears. Inbound comes to Lindstrom in the corner, who hands it back to Harmon. Harmon out front for Jada Glass. The guard steps into a jump shot and left it short. Taylor the rebound. Taylor outlets the pass to Rogers, who skips near side for Gonzalez, right wing. Back out front for Skylar Boshiers. We're under a minute to play in the opening quarter. Wykle looks inside, nothing there. Gonzalez back to Wykle out front, 10 to shoot. Braelyn over to Boshiers. Back to Braelyn Wykle. Long 3 is up, and it's right. No good. Rebound Crooks. 10-second difference. Shot clock and game clock. Glass out front for Lindstrom, who hands off to Harmon. We're square at 12 in a battle between Lenoir Rhyne and Carson-Newman. Harmon crosses over to the top of the key with the dribble. Waits patiently to run the set. Now we'll go with 10 on the timer. Harmon around to Lindstrom's screen. Gets to the block and is bumped and fouled by Lindsay Taylor. And free throws coming for the all-conference guard Emily Harmon. Was a second-team pick after winning conference tournament MVP during LR's run a year ago. And Harmon will head to the line. She's got 4 points. so far in this opening quarter. First one is up for Harmon, and it's short. Just the third and fourth free throws for the Bears here in the period. Still tied at 12 as Harmon gets the basketball back. Bends the knees, and the second one is swished through. 13-12, Carson-Newman trails by 1 and can hold for the final shot with 15 seconds to go. Wykle across half court. Dribbles out front against the 2-3 zone. Boshiers to the wing. Out to Gonzalez. It was tipped and stolen. Glass the steal. Jada Glass the other way for the layup with the left hand. Good. And the Bears head into the second quarter with a 3-point lead. Carson-Newman turns it over. Glass the steal and score on Carson-Newman's fifth turnover, and that's how the first quarter wraps up. Lady Eagles made 3 of their first 4, but finished the period just 2 of 9 from the field. Back for the second quarter of action here inside the Rock Hill Sports and Event Center. After this, you're listening to Carson-Newman Women's Basketball, and it's right here along the Eagles Sports Network.
After this. Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with her 2
Rutherford, Penland, Wykle, Taylor, Boshiers on the floor for Carson-Newman. Wykle reverses to Tori Rutherford, who has a 3, goes to baseline for Campbell Penland. Penland dribbles away from a defender. They reverse it to Boshiers. Skyler back to Rutherford, who splits 2 defenders. Lost it on the dribble. It's loose underneath. Tie up. We'll give it back to Lenoir Rhyne. The Bears making it difficult on Carson-Newman's offense to operate against this 2-3. The Eagles' struggles on offense continue. 6 turnovers now in the opening half. Harmon hands off Glass. Bears by 3 in the ball. Reigning SAC champs, hoping to get back to the tournament title. Jones faces up at the block, backs down Taylor, has to pitch it out. Glass, one more to Crooks from the right corner. Short, good box out by Tori Rutherford, and Boshiers grabs the rebound. Boshiers outlet to Tori Rutherford. 45 seconds into the period, neither side has scored in the quarter. Penland into the lane, spins around Mykeba Jones. Right hand layup off Glass. Good move by Campbell Penland. Her first shot and her first basket brings Carson-Newman within 1. 15-14. We're just over a minute into the period. Emily Harmon right-hand dribble against Carson-Newman's man-to-man defense. Now it's Jalen Gathers controlling at the left wing. Glass with it, bounces it right block. Crooks back to Glass. She'll try from distance. It bounces in and out. Rebound for Lindsay Taylor, knocking Penland to the deck for the rebound. Rutherford crosses half court, finds Penland. Campbell bounces it back to Tori as LR falls back in the zone. Rutherford sets up the offense. Bounces it, Penland high post, out to Boshiers. Skyler one dribble, now to Penland. Campbell traveled. 7 Carson-Newman turnovers. The Bears forced a bunch of passes around, and then eventually Penland took a couple of steps and traveled for Carson-Newman's 7th turnover. 15-14, 8:15 to go in the second quarter. Bears haven't scored in the quarter. Mykeba Jones to the basket, left-hand dribble through. Traffic is good over Boshiers. Basket good for Mykeba Jones. Her first field goal, and the LR lead is 3. Penland out front, bounces it to Skyler Boshiers. Boshiers crosses over, looks for a pass, and now finds Rutherford to the high post. Campbell Penland catches it, steps back, deep 2 from the free throw line is strong. Rebound Gathers, and Boshiers knocked her to the deck. 7:44 to go in the second quarter, and LR gets another stop and gets the basketball back up by 3. Modern Woodman Financial Planning touches lives and secures futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. Contact Carson-Newman Men's Basketball alumnus Taylor Hawkins at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman to help secure your family's financial security. Malia Hill off to Gathers and a handoff out front. 7:30 left until the break. Nearly a turnover. Harmon saves and finds Jones at the right block. Jones bodied up by Taylor. Goes up with a shot and drilled it through contact. Mykeba Jones with back-to-back field goals, and it's a 5-point game. Rutherford to Campbell Penland against the zone. Rutherford looks inside. Attacks the paint, has to give it out for Penland. Penland out to the left wing for Michaela Alvey. High post pass deflected by Jones. Alvey gets it back, finds Penland in the corner. 10 to shoot. Rutherford dribbles out front, tries to split two and does. Hands off Alvey, one dribble pull up, right of the iron. Taylor the offensive rebound. She got bodied up by Jones and lost it out of bounds. 19-14, 6:49 to go in the second quarter. Carson-Newman has not scored in 2.5 minutes, only has one field goal in this second quarter, and only has 3 field goals in the last 12 minutes of the game, but only trails by 5. 19-14, Bears basketball. Lindstrom to Gathers, foul line extended at the left wing. Jalen crosses over on Alvey, gets to the baseline, goes glass, strong, rebound, knocked out by LR, and Carson-Newman gets the stop and the ball back. Maddie Knuckles to the scorer's table to set the check in for the first time, and will replace Lindsay Taylor with 6:26 to go in the quarter. LR is got this one where they want it to be right now in a defensive slugfest. Have caused 7 Eagle turnovers, and Carson-Newman has made just 6 shots. Alvey to the back-cutting Knuckles, who shoots a layup, nailed it, and one. Maddie Knuckles off the bench, 11 seconds on the floor, and she's got an and one. All set up by Alvey's high post touch to then find the back-cutting Knuckles along the baseline for 2, plus the harm. Foul was on Tilda Lindstrom, her first, as Knuckles completes the three-point play with the free throw. 19-17, Eagles within 2. Just approaching 4 minutes into the second quarter. Harmon has it out front. Emily off Jones' screen, stops at the elbow, kicks it out. Malia Hill wants 3 and drills it. Malia Hill with just her 7th 3 of the season. And the lead is 5 for the Bears. They answer Knuckles' and 1. Knuckles rips through, goes baseline, got bodied up by Jones. Ball deflected and a turnover. Hill crosses half court, out to Harmon. She wants 3. Front of the iron, rebound Maddie Knuckles. Knuckles across half court finds Braelyn Wykle. Wykle quiet in this first half, no points on 4 shots. Penland will fire and hit. CP from downtown. That's her first 3 and Carson-Newman's second of the game, and it's 22-20. Approaching the halfway point of quarter number 2. Big bucket for Penland and the Eagles. Harmon to Jones and off to Lindstrom. Harmon faces up on Rutherford, goes to the block, and Jones guarded by Knuckles. Makiba spins around Knuckles, goes glass, no, but a foul. With 5 minutes and 1 second to play in the second quarter, Makiba Jones will head to the free throw line after Maddie Knuckles' first personal foul and Carson-Newman's second foul of the quarter. Free throws for Jones. Eagle fans, check out Carson-Newman's Athletics official online store at shopseeaneagles.com. It features more than 1,100 products, from T-shirts and polos to phone skins and pet collars. Shopseeaneagles.com is the official online store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Jones's free throw is good. Bears are 3 for 5 from the stripe and have grabbed this advantage thanks to a 8-2 burst toward the end of the first quarter. Jones's next one is up and short, rebounded by Campbell Penland. Outlet goes to Tori Rutherford. Eagles down by 3 with the ball. Rutherford, straight line drive, gives it off for Wykle, who gets into the lane, kicks it out. Low pass for Alvey that she controls. Lobs inside, Knuckles the catch. Bounces it back to Alvey in the lane, who gets rejected. Knuckles comes up with it. 12 to shoot. Penland off a screen to Knuckles. She wants a top of the key 3. Missed it off the side of the backboard. Alvey saves it. 2 to shoot. Wycle's got to go. Does she recognize it? She does not. And the officials actually stop play. There was about a second, maybe 2 seconds on the shot clock, and so they're going to put 1 second on the shot clock, and Carson-Newman will have to inbound. That'll bring us to our media break. Carson-Newman will have the ball, but just 1 second to shoot with 4:31 to go in this second quarter. We're back to Rock Hill after these messages. You're listening to Carson-Newman Women's Basketball, and it's right here on the Eagles Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Light is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve.
Direct access to your local bankers and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
3 baskets in the second quarter for Carson-Newman, but the deficit is only 3 with 4:31 to go until halftime. Rutherford will inbound, 1 to shoot. It's got to be a catch and shoot for the Eagles. To Penland. She couldn't dribble. She did. It's an air ball regardless, and a shot clock violation. 23-20 the score, and the Bears get the ball back.
12-4 run for the Bears, spanning and pulling plate.
Malia Hill walks across half court with the Bears in the home white uniforms and maroon lettering that reads Bears across the front of the uniform. The number 2 seed, the higher seed, wears the home jerseys. They've got the ball as Hill pump fakes a 3, gets into the lane, kicks it out for Jada Class, 9 to shoot. Class around the screen, gets to the elbow, bounces it for Lindstrom to the baseline. Harmon, 5 to shoot. Harmon will chuck long, rebound Rutherford. Backside board for Rutherford. Eagles down 3 despite the offensive woes. Rutherford looks, still looking, and finds Wykle. Wykle into the corner for Alvey. Catch and shoot, jump shot off the side of the backboard. Rebound Glass. Outlet goes to Hill. She gets to the elbow, pump fakes the elbow shot, and finds Jada Glass out front. 3:35 to go. Block touch for Crook. She's met by a double and is fouled. They get Braelyn, check that, Campbell Penland for the foul. Her second, and Carson-Newman's third of the quarter as Lindsey Taylor, Emily Gonzalez, Keely Rogers return. Rutherford Wykle knuckles to the bench with 3:32 to go in the half. Harmon inbounds, top of the key for Crooks. Crooks around his screen, hits from the elbow and nailed it. Blakely Crooks has 9, and LR's lead is 5. Gonzalez at the elbow. Nearly turned it over. Hill deflected it back to Gonzalez out front. Now to Penland, who catches and shoots and drills it. Campbell Penland from straight on hits her second 3. Nothing but nylon. And it's a 2-point game with 3 minutes to go until halftime. Big response for Penland, who's provided an offensive spurt here for the Eagles. She's got 8. Harmon off the bounce, cut off by Gonzalez. Hill crosses over, gives back to Harmon at the right wing. Harmon crosses over, gets into the lane, pump fakes, throws it up there, missed it, ball tipped out of her hands, and Alvey controls. Outlet goes to Rogers, who's bumped from behind and fouled by Emily Harmon. First on Harmon, the second on the Bears. 25-23, 2:40 to play until the break. Rogers to inbound for Carson-Newman, who can regain a lead with a 3-point basket. Eagles have only led from early on in the contest as Penland catches and faces. Dribbles now to the right wing, throws it corner for Gonzalez. Gonzalez lobs it back out front for Penland. 10 to shoot. Gonzalez to the baseline, dribbling in no man's land. Now back out front to Alvey. 4 to shoot. Over to Penland. Catch and shoot 3 for Campbell is an air ball out of bounds. Back to LR. Well, Carson-Newman 3 of 10 from long range. Not all 10 of the shots have been bad selected shots. They're just difficult late in the timer shots because of LR's defense, forcing you to eventually then shoot a long 3 like Penland did and come up empty with the shot clock expiring. 2 minutes to go. Lindstrom jab step and a 3. Short. Penland rebound. Campbell has 3 first half rebounds. In transition off a screen. Picks her dribble up, bounces it to the free throw line. Rogers bounces it over to Alvey. 3-pointer is up, short of the iron. Rebound Hill. Deflected out of her hands and out of bounds by Rogers. And Lenoir Rhyne gets it back. 36% shooting for the Eagles as Gonzalez exits and Wykle returns. Jones back in for the Bears to replace Malia Hill. Two teams playing in a low-scoring dogfight here in the semis. It's 25-23. Top of the key dribbling is Emily Harmon. Finds Crooks at the elbow. They like to isolate her here. She gets to the block, shoots, and got blocked by Alvey. Good defending. Rogers in transition. Dribbling, picks it up. Finds Taylor, who hands off for Wykle. Wykle to the baseline. Alvey cutting. Taylor, the catch, the shot. No. Rogers, the offensive rebound. Goes up with it. Missed it off glass. Crooks the rebound. Had it knocked away. Wycle's got it for three. She nailed it. Rogers kept it alive. The activity from her and Taylor gets Wykle her first bucket, and Carson-Newman leads by one. Harmon to the elbow with under a minute to play in the half. Glass around his screen. Euro step. Shot up. No, but a blocking foul called as Glass missed the layup from point-blank range, and Michaela Alvey charged with a blocking foul, her first and Carson-Newman's fourth foul. Free throws coming for Jada Glass with 52 seconds left in the second quarter. First one up for the lefty is true. InterDigital strives to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services. InterDigital, they're laser-focused on your success. Glass makes both, and LR's lead is back to one. Penland dribbling all the way to the left wing, finds Braelyn Wykle. Wykle back to Penland. Campbell puts it on the floor, drives to the basket, took an extra step, got away with a travel. Ball out of bounds off LR, and Carson-Newman will keep it with 30 seconds left in the first half and 8 on the shot clock. Alvey inbounds, Penland, the catch, the shot up, off glass, strong. Lindstrom, the rebound along the baseline. Lindstrom kicks it ahead to Glass, and Graham Smith says, let's hold for one shot. 27-26. LR trying to take the halftime lead, up by one. Glass dribbles out near midcourt, around a Jones screen, stops at the elbow, throws it inside to nobody. Wykle the steal. 5 seconds. Braelyn ahead to Alvey. 3 seconds. Michaela into the lane, floats it up. Good, but an offensive foul. Second foul on Alvey as Crooks steps over to draw the charge. 15th foul. It's a player control foul, though, so no free throws. And with 2 seconds, LR gets it back. Alvey finished it on the drive inside, but a charge called. 1 second. Harmon won't even get a shot off, and the first half wraps up. 27-26. Carson-Newman shoots 33% from the field and only makes one of their final 7 shots in the opening half. And it trails by one after the first half of basketball here in Rock Hill, South Carolina. LR 27, Carson-Newman 26 in this South Atlantic Conference semifinal action. Winner gets Wingate tomorrow in the championship game. It's the Bears by one as we've hit halftime here in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Halftime report heads your way after these messages. You're listening to Carson-Newman Women's Basketball, and it's right here on the Eagles Sports Network.
How do you show your support for Carson-Newman? Head over to shopseeandeagles.com right now, where they have all of your needs covered. From clothing to outfitting your tailgate party, whether you're hunting, fishing, or on the golf course, shopseeandeagles.com is the place for you. All of your everyday essentials, from pens to phone chargers, are in one place. For the best gear in the business, visit shopseeandeagles.com today.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
It's halftime. We'll head back to the arena for the ShopSeeingEagles.com halftime report in just 60 seconds on the Eagle Sports Network.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
There's something about a small community that unites us, whether it's cheering on our favorite team or the way we come together in a crisis. Small communities are made up of people with big hearts. We're dedicated to hard work and innovation through sunny days and stormy nights. AEC is always here, powering the people and the places that make our community a spectacular place to call home. AEC, power what matters most.
It's halftime. Your first half scoring summary and a check of the shopcneagles.com sack scoreboard are headed your way.
Smith, right wing, three-pointer, stop, it's in! Potentially a dagger for CN!
Now back to the voice of the Lady Eagles, Michael Watrang.
We welcome you back to the Rock Hill Sports and Events Center, where Carson-Newman and Lenoir Rhyne are in a tight one. It's 27-26 Bears at halftime here in Rock Hill, South Carolina. The final South Atlantic Conference semifinal on the women's side. Wingate defeated Catawba earlier today, the game before this one, and now it's the winner of the Bears and the Eagles to get the Bulldogs tomorrow at 4 p.m. for the right to play for a South Atlantic Conference women's basketball championship. Blakely Crooks paces the visitors in the first half. She scored 9 points on 4 of 8 shooting. Emily Harmon and Makiba Jones also were players with multiple baskets for Graham Smith's squad. Both made 2 baskets for 5 points apiece. Jada Glass, Malia Hill each had 4 as well for Lenoir Rhyne. Carson-Newman got 8 points from Campbell Penland, who leads the way. Penland made all 8 of her points and all 3 of her baskets in that second quarter. Started the period with a layup and then hit back-to-back threes 2 minutes apart in that second quarter to help the Eagles provide some offense. When the offense was struggling, Penland delivered in that third quarter, but the deficit is still 1 for the Eagles at halftime. Carson-Newman, despite being plus 10 on the glass, trailing here to Lenoir Rhyne. Eagles have 7 offensive rebounds. They do have 5 second chance points, but the 7 offensive rebounds have only turned into 2 baskets, and the Eagles have not taken advantage of those extra chances so far in this first half. And you think back to the meetings these two teams had earlier in the year. The Eagles were plus 11 second chance points in the victory at home earlier this season against Lenoir Rhyne. So if Carson-Newman is going to find some offensive footing, it may have to come from extra effort on the glass, because that's how the Eagles may have to need to have success in this game. That's how they had success in the 64-57 win at home on February 10th, just about a month ago. And so far, only 5 second chance points despite 7 offensive rebounds. The Eagles were 10 of 30 for 33% shooting. The Bears were not much better, 10 of 26, 38%, nailed 2 threes. The Eagles had 4 threes. LR got to the line a lot more, made 5 of 8, while Carson-Newman was just 2 for 3 in that opening half. Eagles turned it over 10 times as well. 10 turnovers compared to LR's just 3. The Eagles' turnovers turned into 7 Bear points in that first half, and that was an area Carson-Newman lost both battles the first time around. The Eagles were minus 15 in the loss and minus 6 in the win against the Bears. So cut down on the turnovers, and it could be a better recipe for success as well for Carson-Newman in the second half. This is the final South Atlantic Conference semifinal matchup. The right to play for the SAC title between the last 2 champions. Which one will it be? LR won last year. Carson-Newman won 2 years ago. Which one gets a chance to go for a second championship in the last couple of seasons. Bears by 1 at halftime. We'll take a look around the South Atlantic Conference, update you on some numbers and scores, as well as a look around the Southeast region before the NCAA tournament next week. All that and much more come your way when the halftime show returns to Rock Hill after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
Tri-Light is proud to support Carson-Newman Athletics. We salute the student athletes who are working hard to make great things happen on the field, in the classroom, and in the world. It takes vision, commitment, and teamwork, qualities we share at Tri-Light. Our mission is to provide life-changing opportunities by building a world-class fiber broadband network. If you'd like to learn more, please visit trilight.net or call us at 833-847-0824.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931. A check of the ShopCNEagles.com SAC scoreboard is next. This is the Eagle Sports Network. If you're looking for official Eagle merchandise, look no further than the Carson-Newman bookstore. With a large selection of Carson-Newman gifts and apparel, you're sure to find something to please the entire family. From stuffed eagles to towel sets, sweatshirts, shorts, hats, and slippers, we literally have you covered from head to toe. We have just the item you're looking for no matter what the season. So whether you're an Eagle student, parent, alumni, or fan, shop us for everything orange and blue. Call 865-471-3539 for more information and store hours. We'll see you at the Carson-Newman bookstore.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
The Eagle Sports Network is part of SAC Live, the official digital network of the South Atlantic Conference. SAC Live is the home of all your South Atlantic Conference sports action, including 20 SAC championships. Time to get caught up with some SACtion. Here are the happenings around the South Atlantic Conference and the nation. Let's go around the league with a ShopCNEagles.com scoreboard update. Now back to the arena.
All right, back to Rock Hill. Carson-Newman down a point at halftime. It's 27-26 in the Peach Belt. Just one game final in the Peach Belt Conference tournament right now. Augusta takes down Georgia College after a slow start. Augusta able to rally to win by 5. That was a 2-7 matchup in that tournament being played in Americus, Georgia at the Storm Dome, the home of Georgia Southwestern, the highest seed, and the regular season champ hosts the conference tournament in the Peach Belt, and it's Georgia Southwestern up hosting, and Augusta wins that first matchup 68-63. They'll get the winner of Columbus State and Clayton State. Cougars lead by 13 just before halftime. They're the 3 seed. Is Columbus State. They're 9th in the region, so in dire need of some wins down this stretch here in the tournament to try to sneak into the NCAA tournament, currently sitting on the outside looking in. At 5 o'clock, the number 1 overall seed, Georgia Southwestern, will take on the 8 seed Flagler at 5 p.m., and the night wraps up with a 4-5 matchup. Lander is the home team, and the 4 seed taking on North Georgia at 7:30. In the Conference Carolinas women's basketball tournament, they're breaking for the week for now. Had 3 games Monday. Barton defeated Shawan to move to take on Emmanuel at 6 o'clock. Emmanuel defeated North Greenville. Both those were close single-digit spreads that ultimately decided that one. Young Harris defeated Converse by 12, so it's Belmont Abbey to take on Young Harris tomorrow night, followed by Barton and Emmanuel. Those are 6 and 8:30 tips from Spartanburg, South Carolina. Winners of those games move to the semifinals to get UNC Pembroke for Francis Marion. Winner of this contest between Carson-Newman and Lenoir Rhyne gets the chance to play Wingate, who knocked off Catawba in the South Atlantic Conference semifinal before this contest. Bulldogs ended up winning by double digits, but it was a close one throughout. The Bulldogs were able to hold off a stingy Catawba team that ultimately just could not make enough shots down the stretch. Wingate went on a late 9-0 run, and that was the difference in our first semifinal. Right now, it's a 1-point Lenoir Rhyne lead. The Eagles led at halftime in the first two meetings this year, but now find themselves down on the scoreboard as they get set for the second half. Just the fifth time the Eagles will trail at halftime. They've only won one game this year when trailing at the break. That was the Anderson game at home just a couple of weeks ago. We'll break for one last time here. At halftime, it's 27-26. Second half action heads your way after this here on the Eagle Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
There's something about a small community that unites us, whether it's cheering on our favorite team or the way we come together in a crisis. Small communities are made up of people with big hearts. We're dedicated to hard work and innovation through sunny days and stormy nights. AEC is always here, powering the people and the places that make our community a spectacular place to call home. AEC, power what matters most.
This is Carson-Newman basketball.
Into the front court, losing her dribble, kicks it out, right wing, three from Bergstrom is up and good! As the buzzer sounds to end the first half.
On the Eagle Sports Network.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
All right, getting ready for the second half from the Rock Hill Sports and Event Center. Carson-Newman will start with the basketball after halftime. It's 27-26. Tri-Light is your home team internet provider. They provide Jefferson City with ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband. Let Tri-Light serve you. Visit trilight.net. Tori Rutherford dribbles at the right wing for Carson-Newman against this 2-3 zone. Looks inside and now finds Penland, who pops at the key. Rutherford into the paint. Stops from 12. Missed it short. Follows or miss and will dribble out of there with the basketball. Fresh 20. Rutherford dribbling out front. Finds Alvey. Michaela Alvey to Braelyn Wykle out front. Nothing there for the shot. 8 to shoot. Wykle bounces it to Taylor. Taylor skips to Penland, 5 to shoot. Campbell to the baseline, tries a shot off glass, and it sneaks up and in. Campbell Penland has 10 points for Carson-Newman, the first player in double figures. And Carson-Newman leads by 1. It's 28-27. Crooks at the elbow. Back to the basket now, faces on Alvey. Dribbles out front, shovels it off. Harmon. Now to Jones, a jab step from Ikiba Jones. Left-hand dribble, bodies up with Lindsay Taylor. Taylor defends well. Jones goes to the basket, lost it, gets it back. Tori rips it away from her. Rutherford the steal. Rutherford the other way. Left-hand shot up, no good. Hit the bottom of the rim and got fouled by Malia Hill. And free throws coming for Carson-Newman's sophomore from Rutledge, Tennessee, Torrey Rutherford. Rutherford, the steal on Jones, digging in on the big man inside. And free throws coming for the point guard, Rutherford, who has 3 points in this game. First one is up, short, barely grazed the iron. 28-27. 70 seconds in. Eagles opened the second half yesterday on a 10-0 run, have the first 3 points after halftime here, up by 2. Harmon will cross half court for the Eagles. And hand off to Lindstrom. Eagles by 2. 8:40 to go in the third. Lindstrom off to Hill. Hill back into the corner for Blakely Crooks. Crooks backs down Alvey. Gets to the block. Kicks it out. Lindstrom catch and shoot 3. Back iron miss. Long rebound. Saved in the far corner by Harmon. Fresh 20 for the Bears. Rare offensive rebound. That's the first offensive rebound for Lenoir Rhyne. Hill to the elbow. Looks inside of the back-cutting Crooks, who couldn't save it inbounds. A turnover. Penland the other way. Eagles trying to get out and run. Campbell gets to the top of the key. To the basket. Around a defender. Up. No good. And a foul. And Campbell Penland continues to be very aggressive against the zone. Got in transition that time after her first steal and now gets free throws. Second on Makiba Jones and the team's second, and CP will shoot 2 free throws. Penland's first one and up. It's good. Penland scored 11 in the South Atlantic Conference quarters yesterday and has scored in double figures now in 5 of her last 7 games. In the 2 games she hasn't scored in double figures, she had 9 and 8. So she has been playing her best basketball here as of late for Mike Mincy's group. Carson-Newman has scored the first 5 after halftime and leads by 4. 2 minutes into the third. Malia Hill dribbles at the right elbow and lobs it to Harmon out front. Harmon off a screen finds Lindstrom at the wing. Chest pass for Jones at the top of the key. A jab step for Jones. Sizes up Taylor. Steps back for a deep 2 and missed it short. Alvey the rebound. Alvey races past Harmon into the front court. Hands it off. Penland. Long 3. Short. Long rebound out of bounds in the far corner and back to Lenoir Rhyne. Fine shot. Penland's been hot. She's hit 2 from distance. Just her second miss. And Lenoir Rhyne gets it back down by 4 and has not scored here in this third quarter. 31-27. Lady Eagle defense has been stellar out of the break. Lindstrom off the screen. A chest pass to Crooks, who reverses to Hill. Foul line extended at the left wing. Hill off a screen. Pop with Crooks, who goes baseline. Met by 2. Throws it off and glass it in. Difficult adjustment for Crooks in the lane. She made the bucket, and it's set 31-29. Rutherford right wing, a lob out for Wykle. Now we to the free throw line. Campbell Penland catches there. Penland crosses over, gets to the block. Nice dish off Taylor, dropped the ball at the right block. It would have been an easy 2. Instead, Taylor fumbled the exchange, up with it. Had it in her mitts, but lost it on the way up. And the ball back to Lenoir Rhyne, who's down 2. Well executed. Eagles have executed against the zone well, at least so far in this third quarter. Hill looks inside for Jones, who makes the catch at the high post. Faces up on Taylor, met by 2. Jones spins, met by 2, forces it up there, missed it. Rebound for Campbell Penland. Penland's got 5 rebounds, picks her dribble up, tried to throw it inside. 2 Bears collided with each other, but Lindstrom secures in the backcourt. Hill crosses half court after Rutherford nearly stole it and throws it to Harmon. 4 minutes into the third quarter, Carson-Newman by 2 points. Harmon around a screen, shoots and hits. Emily Harmon has 7 points, and the game is tied at 31. Rutherford across half court for the Lady Eagles. Torrey dribbles at the right wing, lobs to the free throw line. Penland the catch and the shot. Up, spins out. Taylor the offensive rebound and stick back. Lindsay Taylor grabs her second offensive rebound and scores her second basket. And Carson-Newman leads by 2. Harmon crossing over on Rutherford. Hands it off for Hill. who reverses to Lindstrom right wing. A jab step and a three for Tilda. Lindstrom swishes in. Lindstrom did not play last season because of an injury and comes through here with her first basket, and LR's back up one. Penland reverses Alvey. Extra one to Wykle. Top of the key. Three. Not the answer. Alvey the offensive rebound. Back out to Wykle. She tries again. Not this time. And we've got a foul underneath with Taylor colliding with Lindstrom.
It's on Taylor, discarding Lindstrom.
Taylor's second. Carson-Newman's first of the quarter with 5:02 to play. Wykle, 2 good looks, but she is just 1 for 7 from the field and 1 of 6 from 3. Harmon across half court. Bounces it to Crooks' left elbow. Blakely Crooks goes to hand it off, and we've got a foul underneath. Taylor is going to battle for position with Jones and just committed her third, and that'll bring us to a break in the action. 4:51 to go in the third quarter. LR leads by 1 after Tilda Lindstrom's three-pointer. Both teams trading punches early in the third. We're back to Rock Hill's Sports and Event Center after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital
provides superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. You should visit MagahaElectric.com when looking for your electric contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source. Lenoir Rhyne ball, baseline inbound to get it to Crooks at the block with the Bears up by 1 against Carson-Newman. Gathers, catch and shoot 3. Rolls off the iron. Offensive rebound for Lindstrom. Just the second extra opportunity for the Bears. Crooks pump fake, jump shot, swish. Just the second offensive rebound for LR. And it's 36-33. Penland a bounce for Alvey. Penland to the elbow, bounces in the corner for Knuckles. And out front, Penland. Reverse to Rutherford. To the elbow, Knuckles to the basket. Left hand, no. Penland the offensive rebound. Got blocked inside. Ball loose on the deck. And with 7 on the shot clock, Mike Mincy called for time. 4 minutes and 12 seconds left in the third quarter. And it's a 30-second timeout. That'll send us to another media break. Eagles have missed 6 of their last 7 from the field, but only trail by 3 with 4:12 to go in the third. And we're back to Rock Hill after these messages. You're listening to Carson-Newman Women's Basketball, and it's right here on the Eagles Sports Network.
There's something about a small community that unites us, whether it's cheering on our favorite team or the way we come together in a crisis. Small communities are made up of people with big hearts. We're dedicated to hard work and innovation through sunny days and stormy nights. AEC is always here, powering the people and the places that make our community a spectacular place to call home. AEC, power what matters most.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
All right, back to Rock Hill. Michaela Alvey will inbound for Carson-Newman, who's down 3 in just 7 seconds left in the shot clock. Alvey inbound, Penland the catch at the block, dribbles out of there with it, 4 to shoot. Penland looking for help, finds Knuckles, who has to heave one up. It's too strong. Lindstrom the rebound. Outlet to Harmon, up front for Gathers, and back to Harmon. Under 4 to go in the third, and LR leads by 3. Carson-Newman has struggled from the field again in the third quarter. The Eagles shooting 30% Harmon to the block, floats it up over Penland, too short, rebound Wykle. And she dribbles away from traffic and goes the other direction. Wykle across half court, tried to skip it to Alvey. It was deflected out. And it'll stay with Carson-Newman. Mykeba Jones returns. Tilda Lindstrom exits for the Bears. Two clubs meeting for the 14th time in South Atlantic Conference tournament history. Eagles have the 9-4 advantage in postseason play against the Bears. Penland's elbow jump shot is pure. Campbell Penland has 14 points, and Carson-Newman's back within a point. Penland is just one of 3 players that have multiple baskets for the Lady Eagles. Jones dribbles out front, a handoff for Harmon. Harmon off a screen, floats it up from the elbow, and the answer there from Emily Harmon. 38-35, 3 minutes to play, third quarter. Wykle and the Eagles the other way. Alvey to the free throw line to Knuckles. Extra one in the corner for Wykle. Braelyn to the baseline. Alvey, high post. Rogers, reverse to Knuckles. Back over to Penland. Catch and shoot 3. You bet. Campbell Penland is balling. A third triple for her, and the game is tied. 38 all. Penland's got 17 of Carson-Newman's 38. Crooks hands off Harmon. Emily Harmon guarded by another graduate student. Wykle spins on her and scores. Emily Harmon's got 11 points. Her 5th bucket, and it's 40-38. Wykle to the free throw line. Rogers, nice find. Knuckles, the reverse layup, not there. Rebound, Jones. Good find from Rogers, but Knuckles' right-hand layup on the left side fell off. Crooks, top of the key, 3. Short. Penland, the rebound. Campbell has 7 rebounds. Rogers cuts inside, kicks it out. Knuckles, one more for Penland. She's run off the line, gets to the elbow, shoots. Missed this one strong. Alvey taps it. Wykle keeps it in bounds. Good effort, fresh 20. Alvey's open, left corner 3. Got it! Michaela Alvey from downtown. Her first 3, Carson-Newman's 6th 3 of the game, and the Eagles lead by 1. Harmon across half court. Bounces it for Jalen Gathers. Foul line extended at the left wing. Crooks, jab steps, shoots a deep 2 over Alvey. Barely grazed the iron. Rogers the board. Keeley crosses over across half court. Gets in the lane to Wykle in the corner. Braelyn will dribble it out as Mike Mincy barks out a call against the zone. Into the paint, out to Alvey. One more for Wykle. Catch and shoot 3. Braelyn's got it. Back-to-back triples for the Lady Eagles, and the lead is 4. Campbell Penland started the 3-point barrage, and Alvey and Wykle have followed. The lead is 4 with 60 seconds to go in the third. Harmon off a Crook screen, delivers it out for Gathers at the right wing. Gathers in the lane, through traffic, got tied up. Jump ball will keep possession with the Bears as Tori Rutherford checks in to replace Braelyn Wykle with 48 seconds to go in the period. Lindstrom returns for the Bears. The Eagles have whipped it around the perimeter a lot better in the third quarter. As a result, have 18 third quarter points. Brooks backs down Alvey, gets to the cup, shoots, missed it. Alvey tips it out to the perimeter for Lindstrom. Lindstrom, pressured by Rogers, has to heave and got fouled. Tilda Lindstrom bailed out with a second on the shot clock. Rogers fouled her. And 3 free throws coming for Tilda Lindstrom.
And now the 83% free throw shooter will get to head to the line.
Free throws as the officials will head to the monitor.
We might get our first official replay review of the tournament.
Possibly to discuss whether it was a 3 or a 2. It was on Keeley Rogers. First on her, the third on Carson-Newman, and I think the officials are thinking about the monitor, and they are.
First time all tournament.
We're going to get a replay for the first time all tournament. A rare time. I think it's the first time we've seen an official review all tournament long. And it's going to determine whether Lindstrom gets 2 or 3 free throws. The walkie-talkie from up top here not working so the official can see it. And so let's see if we get another look about Whether or not it's a 2 or a 3, it is a 3. Taylor Lindstrom will shoot 3 free throws with LR down 4 as Malia Hill enters for Blakely Crooks. Lindstrom to the free throw line, has 1 3-point field goal so far and gets the first one to roll around and through. 44-41 with 37 seconds to go in the third quarter. Next one up and in. 2-point game, 37 seconds to play in the third. The Eagles have heated up offensively. The Bears have kept up with Carson-Newman as Lindstrom gets the roll and makes all 3. 44-43. 30 seconds to play in the third quarter. Eagles by 1. Rogers to Knuckles. Knuckles to the baseline, bounces it. Rogers the catch, kicks it out. Campbell Penland catch and shoot 3. In and out. Malia Hill the defensive rebound. Hill will walk it up the floor with 15 seconds to go. Good look from Penland. Everything but the ball going through the net. Just spun out. Harmon, 5 seconds at the right wing, hesitates on Rutherford, gets to the baseline, goes behind the back, 2 seconds out front to Hill. Hill pump fake, shoots as the buzzer sounds, and it's an air ball. And the third quarter wraps up. Well, Carson-Newman's best scoring quarter comes after halftime. The Eagles put 18 points on the board and make 3 triples in the period. They only lead by 1. The Bears kept up, scored 16 points on 43% shooting in the quarter. Back for the final quarter from Rock Hill after these messages. This is Carson-Newman women's basketball, and it's right here on the Eagles Sports Network.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
For the right to play Wingate tomorrow evening, find out who can do it. Carson-Newman and Lenoir Rhyne start the fourth quarter with the Eagles by 1. Penland at the free throw line, bobbled the catch, now dribbles to the left wing, pressured by Jada Glass, looks inside and finds Tori Rutherford. Reverse to LV, foul line extended to the baseline, Wykle, splits 2 defenders, gets in the lane, pump fake, shoots, and missed it short, rebound Harmon. Harmon across half court, bounces it for Malia Hill. They come down this stretch in the South Atlantic Conference semifinals. Hill, left wing dribble, guarded by Wykle, space given. Hill finds Lindstrom, top of the key, off to Harmon, 8 to shoot. Harmon off the bounce, steps back, deep 2, got it. Emily Harmon making things happen here in the fourth quarter, and in the second half, she's got 13 to lead the Bears, who are up by 1. Penland to the elbow, rips through, around Harmon, picks her dribble up around the perimeter, bounces it, Alvey, shovel off, Penland, one more to Taylor with the left-hand layup. Carson-Newman passes well through the zone for 2 and back in front by 1 now. Well, the first time these two teams met back in January, Carson-Newman was held to a season-low 21 second-half points. Eagles have 20 in the second half now. But Carson-Newman only scored 1 basket in the fourth quarter the first time and only 5 points, fewest in any quarter this year. The Eagles will have to score well in the fourth to move to the championship game as Lindstrom goes to the bucket, reverse layup, too strong, and an offensive foul. Lindstrom barreled over Michaela Alvey on the reverse layup and commits the second foul on Lindstrom. First on LR as Blakely Crooks, the all-sack forward, returns to the floor and replaces Malia Hill. Approaching 2 minutes into the fourth quarter, Carson-Newman basketball and a 1-point lead. Rutherford chest pass for Alvey to the free throw line. Penland gets to the block, gets cut off, finds Wykle. Braelyn waves for a player to come to the ball, finds Penland left wing. 10 to shoot. Wykle fakes a pass, now lobs to Taylor, out to Rutherford. Torrey trying to bounce it to Wykle, but Glass stole it. Glass the other way, left hand layup, good. Jada Glass, the steal and score. She's done that twice in this game, and LR goes back up by one, 47-46. Alvey lobs, turnover. Crooks the steal. Eagles with back-to-back mistakes. Harmon across half court. Dribbles toward the right wing, crosses over off a Crooks screen, throws it inside, high pass over the head of Crooks, and saved by Crooks, 5-on-4 the other way. Penland crosses half court. Hands it off, Rutherford. Eagles don't take advantage of the numbers. Penland tried an extra one. Lindstrom deflected it into the hands of Wykle, who knifes her way through the defense, stops from the free throw line, missed it right. Rebound, Lindstrom. 47-46. We're 3 minutes into the fourth quarter, and Carson-Newman's down by one. Just one basket here in the fourth quarter. The Eagles are in must-need basket mode here in the period against a stingy zone defense. Harmon around his screen. Crooks goes to the basket, not open. They give it off to Glass, who rattles home a three. Jada Glass from downtown. It's 50-46, and Mike Mincy requests for time. 6:33 to play. Carson-Newman's down by 4. Eagles haven't scored in 2.5 minutes, and Jada Glass has scored 5 in a row to make it 50-46. We'll break in Rock Hill. Eagles looking to make adjustments here late in the contest, down by 4 with 6:33 to go. We're back to Rock Hill's Sports and Events Center after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Lenoir Rhyne up by 4, 6.5 to go in the contest. Rutherford, right wing, around to Taylor's screen, finds Alvey. Eagles down by 4, but that feels like an eternity the way the Bears defense plays down this stretch of games. Nice find, Taylor backdoor to Alvey. Lindstrom got caught ball watching, and Alvey went behind her back and lays it in off the glass. Alvey has 9 points and 8 rebounds. 4 minutes into the fourth now. Glass off the screen. Dribbling, bounces it to the block. Crooks the catch. Blakely backs down Alvey, gets to the basket, throws it up, it rolls off. Jones the offensive rebound. It's loose underneath. Gathers has got it, and a foul underneath as Jalen Gathers kept the play alive and was fouled on the deck by Michaela Alvey. Third on Alvey, so her and Taylor have 3 personals as Emily Harmon returns with 5:53 in the game. 20 seconds back on the shot clock as Harmon will toss it in along the right baseline. Tosses it into Mykeba Jones at the right wing, off to Lindstrom. Glass, foul line extended left wing to Crooks, top of the key, 10 to shoot. Lindstrom, jab step on Penland. Dribbles to the corner, nothing there. Cutting is Harmon. She dropped the ball. It's still loose. Last touch by Carson-Newman with 4 on the shot clock. 5:37 left in the fourth quarter. Eagles will have to defend with 4 on the shot clock, and Graham Smith wants to burn a 30-second timeout. He senses this as a big opportunity to maybe steal possession here.
He's got 2:30s and a full.
Down to 4 seconds on the shot clock. He burns one of his first 3 timeouts, or one of his first 4, rather. He'll have 3 left. 50-48. We talked about offensive rebounding and second chance opportunities for Carson-Newman in that first half. The Eagles have 13 offensive rebounds, 6 after halftime now, but only 12 second chance points. See if the Eagles can get extra work on the glass down the stretch, and whether that plays dividends for Mike Mincy's group in the fourth. All right, both teams back out of the huddle. Glass will inbound with 4 to shoot. Looks, still looking out front. Jones, the catch, and the 3. Back iron rebound, Campbell Penland. Eagles get the stop. Penland's got 17 and 8. 8 rebounds, that is. Penland at the free throw line. Taylor, the catch, the lob for Alvey, who goes up, missed it, and got fouled by Mykeba Jones on the shot. Free throws coming for Michaela Alvey as the Eagles were able to get it in the painted area. And Alvey gets fouled on the layup attempt. Third on Mykeba Jones, and the team's first, or rather second, in the quarter. Alvey to the line. First one is up, and it swishes in. Eagles just attempting free throws 8 and 9 so far. Alvey has 10 points, her 12th double-figure game, or 2 now in both games of the South Atlantic Conference Tournament. She makes both, and the game is tied at 50. 5:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Harmon at the controls, bounces it for Glass. Glass hands off for Crooks, who has been quiet after halftime, has 13. Right block touch for her. Splits 2 and uses the left hand and uses the friendly roll to get her 15th point. And LR's back up by 2. 5 minutes to play. Rutherford to Taylor to the block. Penland met by 2, needs help, and traveled. 15 Carson-Newman turnovers. Penland was double-teamed and was unable to find an open player. Ended up taking an extra step, trying to split the defense. Lenoir Rhyne basketball with 4:50 and counting to go in the fourth. Crooks around a Jones screen. Into the corner. Lindstrom triple. Long. Wykle the defensive rebound, rather. Jones went for the offensive rebound. Wykle to Campbell Penland, left wing. 4.5 to go. Eagles down 2. Taylor at the free throw line to Wykle. Braelyn bounces it. High post Taylor to Rutherford, who cuts inside. Got tripped on the drive through the lane. The foul is on Tilda Lindstrom. That's her 3rd. So Lindstrom and Jones with 3. The second team foul, or rather, 3 team fouls on the Bears. And a baseline inbound for Carson-Newman with 4 minutes and 24 seconds to play. Alvey tried to throw it off the back of Jones, was unable to do so. And Carson-Newman got a timeout. Well, let's see. 2 officials say jump ball. The other says timeout. And a timeout is granted. Well, that is a fortunate call for Mike Mincy's group. Alvey tried to throw it off the back of Mykeba Jones. Jones felt it coming and deflected it, but Alvey went to track it down and was given possession. Mike Mincy was yelling for timeout and got it. Not sure Alvey truly ever had possession after the inbound, but CN is fortunate to get the timeout, and will have one left with 4:21 to go. 52-50. Eagles just 6 points here in the fourth quarter to LR's 9. Alvey has the last 4 points for Carson-Newman. Taylor's basket came to start the period. They gave Carson-Newman a 46-45 lead, but the Eagles have trailed since that early portion of this quarter. Alvey right baseline inbound. Looks, bounces it into the corner for Lindsay Taylor, who dribbles, now finds Penland right elbow. Penland faces up, dribbles away from traffic. 10 to shoot. Campbell out front for Taylor. Michaela Alvey Ball tipped, Glass another steal. Penland tracked it down to save it. 2 to shoot. Alvey from half court. Right side, it did not hit the rim. And so a shot clock violation. A heave, and it nearly hit the rim. But it goes off the backboard, and Carson-Newman goes back on defense. Down by 2 with 4 minutes to play. Keely Rogers on the floor now to replace Rutherford down the stretch. Eagles size up a little bit. Right block touch. Crooks met by 2. Pitch it out. Jada Glass is open. Here's a 3. Short of the iron. Rebound. Lindstrom keeps it alive, but threw it away. The pass was too high from Lindstrom as she tried to save it along the baseline. And Carson-Newman gets it back. Down by 2 with 3 minutes and 41 seconds to play. Maddie Knuckles back to the scores table to replace Campbell Penland. So the Eagles sizing up here. Knuckles, Rogers, Taylor, Alvey, and Wykle for Carson-Newman. Neither side has led by more than 5. Rogers out front to Wykle. Braelyn rips through to Alvey. Skip to Knuckles. Lob to Taylor. Lindsay over to Wykle right wing. 10 to shoot. Braelyn off a screen to Alvey. Free throw line. Taylor, the catch, the shot up. No, but a foul as Taylor went to take the shot. It's on Mykeba Jones, her 4th. First player from either side with 4 fouls, and now Lindsay Taylor will get 2 free throws with Carson-Newman down 2. First one is up and in. Taylor has been great in her career, especially down the stretch in seasons for the Lady Eagles, but the free throws have increased tremendously, and she makes 2 big ones here to make it 52-52. Taylor now 5 for 6 in the tournament from the free throw line as Jalen Gathers returns. 3:12 to go. 52 all between the Bears and the Eagles for the right to play in the South Atlantic Conference Championship. Crooks right elbow, backs down Alvey, gets in the paint, spins away, puts it up, and hits. Blakely Crooks has 17, got isolated with Alvey and made the bucket, and the Bears back up by 2. What a good battle between 2 high-level squads. That's the 9th lead change of the game. Alvey to the free throw line, into the corner, Wykle to catch, doesn't take the 3. 15 to shoot, Braelyn to Alvey at the free throw line, Rogers catches, dribbling now out front, 8 to shoot. Keely picks her dribble up, bounces it into the corner, but it's stolen by Crooks, a steal. 2:25 to go, LR by 2. Harmon breaks the timeline with a basketball. Harmon out front, given space by Braelyn Wykle. Lenoir Rhyne leads 54-52. Harmon off a screen, gets to the free throw line. Around a defender, goes to the reverse layup. It spins out. Lindstrom the offensive rebound, and she's fouled. Nobody boxed out Lindstrom on the offensive glass, and free throws coming to the Bears forward, who has 6 points so far, as Penland and Rutherford return to replace Knuckles and Rogers with 2:03 to go. Lindstrom to the line, made 3 free throws at the end of the third quarter. Now fires up the first one, and it goes in. 55-52. 2 minutes and 3 seconds to go here in Rock Hill. Lindstrom with 7. Next one is up. It's short, and the rebound falls into the hands of Campbell Penland. Still a 1-possession game with 2 minutes to play. Wykle bounce for Penland. Braelyn looks inside. Cross court to Rutherford to the free throw line. Penland catch, shoot, jump shot, nailed it. Campbell Penland has 19, and it's a 1-point game with $1:45 to go. Big time bucket against the zone for Campbell Penland. Carson-Newman's faithful chanting for defense. Gathers dribbles out front. 90 ticks to go. Still dribbling with it. 10 to shoot. Gathers to the free throw line. Crooks backs down Alvey. Gets to the block. Fades away. Gets around her and scores. Blakely Crooks has 19 points with 75 seconds to go. Carson-Newman's down 3. Penland out front. Skips it to Wykle right side. Wykle To the right wing, Rutherford to Taylor. Skip to Penland. One more to Wykle. 15 on the shot clock. Penland around Crooks. Gets inside the arc. Bounces it. Taylor to catch the left-hand layup. No. Tries again. This one goes and one. Extra effort for Lindsay Taylor with 54 seconds to go. Makes it a 1-point game. 57-56. Taylor has 11, and she's a free throw away from tying this game. Bends the knees, and the free throw is up and in. LT ties it with 54 seconds to go. 57 all. Harmon across half court, and Graham Smith requests for time. Well, what a massive bucket from Lindsay Taylor, the senior from Maryville. Clutches up for CN, the and one bucket. Penland found her on the drive baseline. Taylor missed the first opportunity, got it back, and knocked it home. There's a second chance bucket. Remember, how were those going to factor in? 3 second chance points on that sequence, the bucket and the free throw. And when the Eagles needed an extra opportunity, Taylor got it and delivered. What a basketball game this has been. 9 ties, 9 lead changes, and neither side has led for more than 20 minutes, and neither side has led by more than 5. This has been a game exclusively played by 1 and 2 possessions. It'll be LR basketball with 47 seconds left in the game. Bears will have 2 timeouts. Carson-Newman has 1. It's a full timeout for the Bears as the 2 teams start to break their huddles. A close contest here in Rock Hill. You can't ask for a better one between Carson-Newman and Lenoir Rhyne, and the third meeting between the 2 programs this year. Eagles with a stop can try to win it. Starts on defense. Can they stop Blakely Crooks, who has 19 points? She's got the basketball, now hands off the glass. Crooks has 6 of the last 7 for the Bears. Glass dribbles out front against Braelyn Wykle. Still dribbling with 10 to shoot. Finds Crooks at the top of the key. Crooks isolated with Rogers. Crosses over. Gets to the elbow. 4 to shoot. Crooks met by 2. Falls down. Rutherford takes it away. 23 seconds. 5 on 4. Rutherford to Wykle. Eagles will reset with 15 seconds to go. Mike Mincy says we'll take 1. Eagles can win it here. 10 seconds. Wykle out front. 7 to shoot. Wykle tries to split 2. Does. Shoots from the free throw line. Got it to go! And 1! Wykle from the free throw line. Buried it. And Carson-Newman leads by 2. She got fouled in the act of shooting, and the program's all-time leading scorer clutches up. 59-57 with 3.5 seconds to play. Just 8 points for Braelyn Wykle in this game, and only her 3rd basket. But her biggest one comes in the semis. And now to complete the 3-point play. It's good. And Graham Smith requests for time. 60-57. Carson-Newman leads by 3. Eagles have scored 6 straight points on back-to-back and ones. Lindsay Taylor a layup as she got fouled, and now Braelyn Wykle with a jump shot after the Lindsay Taylor layup while she was fouled in the act of shooting. Wykle buries it, and Carson-Newman leads by 3. And now a defensive stop is all Carson-Newman needs here in the 4th quarter to win this game. 60-57. You can't ask for a better basketball game between 2 of the better programs in the Southeast region. The 10th lead change of the game, but is it the final one? Lenoir Rhyne calls its next timeout. That's their last one.
We'll burn 2 timeouts.
So you burn back-to-back timeouts.
In this stretch.
It's 60-57.
Graham Smith.
And he'll talk it over, realizing there's only 3.5 seconds left in the game. Might as well use it. Talk this play over. Bears are 4 of 17 from 3. Tilda Lindstrom has a 3. Jada Glass has a 3. Blakely Crooks has a 3. And Malia Hill has a 3. All but Hill are out there for the Bears to try to tie this game. Glass will be the one to inbound. The Eagles sprint out the starting 5 with Rogers on the floor. Glass will inbound in front of the Bears bench. 3.5 ticks to go. Eagles by 3. Inbound to Harmon. Harmon fouled immediately by Braelyn Wykle. A whole second comes off. Eagles have fouls to give. Still have one more to give with 2.5 seconds left. Wise move by Coach Mincy and the team. Glass will inbound again. Glass looks. Harmon catches, shoots. Rutherford blocked it. Carson-Newman scores the final 6 points and takes down Lenoir Rhyne. 60-57. Wykle and Taylor and ones send Carson-Newman to the South Atlantic Conference Tournament Championship. Wykle and Taylor deliver for the Lady Eagles, and they'll play on one more day in Rock Hill. Lady Eagles get it done over Lenoir Rhyne in the third decisive meeting. Carson-Newman's Lady Eagles get it done in this incredible contest between the Bears and the Eagles. Two of the best teams in the Southeast region squared off on this floor today, and it's Mike Mincy's squad getting it done here in Rock Hill. The Eagles are back in the conference title game for the first time since 2022. Mincy's crew celebrates here in Rock Hill. Final score 60-57. 6 straight does it for the Lady Eagles. We'll hear from Mike Mincy and a couple players as the team gets set now for the South Atlantic Conference Tournament. What great work down the stretch by Lindsay Taylor and Braelyn Wykle. It wasn't the greatest game for Wykle this year. She only scores 9 points, but maybe her most important basket sends Carson-Newman to the conference title game. Final score 60-57. We'll recap it with the Domino's post-game report that heads your way after this here on the Eagles Sports Network.
If you're looking for official Eagle merchandise, look no further than the Carson-Newman Bookstore. With a large selection of Carson-Newman gifts and apparel, you're sure to find something to please the entire family. From stuffed eagles to towel sets, sweatshirts, shorts, hats, and slippers, we literally have you covered from head to toe. We have just the item you're looking for no matter what the season. So whether you're an Eagle student, parent, alumni, or fan, shop us for everything orange and blue. Call 865-471-3539 for more information and store hours. We'll see you at the Carson-Newman Bookstore.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
The game's over, but we're just getting warmed up. The Domino's post-game report starts in 60 seconds on the Eagles Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit InterDigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser-focused on your success.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
This is the Domino's post-game report on the Eagles Sports Network.
Right wing 3, Alvy Cash. Michaela Alvy.
Your stats breakdown. A conversation with Mike Mincy, presented by Modern Woodman Financial Planning. Plus, the selection of the AEC Electrifying Play and Food City Player of the Game are all headed your way. Today's game is also brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative. We're AEC, powering the Eagles and Mossy Creek. By Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. By the Eagle Club, the family of Eagles. By Pepsi, that's what I like. By Magaha Electric, providing quality electrical services and products to East Tennessee for more than 40 years. By First Bank, the official banking partner of Carson-Newman Athletics. InterDigital, IT support and marketing, laser focused on your success. By the Bible Insurance Agency, the agency that's service built. By Lisa's Country Kitchen, the best food for the best prices. By Food City, value every day. By Tri-Light, dream big with Gig. By Modern Woodman Financial Planning, touching lives and securing futures. And by ShopCNEagles.com, the official online store of the Carson-Newman Eagle. Let's head back to the arena and the voice of the Lady Eagles, Andrew Rogers.
Carson-Newman is back in the South Atlantic Conference Tournament Championship after scoring the final 6 points of this afternoon's contest. Braelyn Wykle and Lindsay Taylor and ones in the final minute propel Carson-Newman to a 60-57 victory. It wasn't pretty for the offense throughout this contest. The Eagles only shoot 38%, only make 35% of their threes, and turn it over 17 times, but ultimately second chance opportunities mixed in with an offensive rebound, or mixed in with a defensive stop, and Braelyn Wykle being Braelyn Wykle. When she gets going, she wasn't getting going today, but when she is on, she's tough to stop, and delivered the most meaningful bucket of the season, maybe. She's got a lot of good buckets and memorable buckets in her career when you think about the scoring record, the three-point record, the single-season three-point record. But this one, it propels her team to the SAC Tournament Championship game. Got hit on the arm and still managed to throw the shot up and in to get Carson-Newman the 2-point lead. She made the free throw to score her 9th point, and then ultimately the final score brings us 60-57. The Eagles block Emily Harmon's jump shot at the end. Carson-Newman rallies to win this game, but what a basketball game from both sides. Neither side leads by more than 5, but it felt like when either team went up by 5, that was an eternity, the way the clubs were defending and the offense was struggling from both sides. Ultimately, Carson-Newman's able to prevail with a 3-point victory, and the Eagles down the stretch when baskets needed to be made. Carson-Newman ends the game by making 4 of its last 5 shots. Remember, against this Bears team once this year, the Eagles had only made 1 basket and scored 5 points, and found a way to score efficiently, especially down this stretch when it mattered most. Carson-Newman was able to find a way offensively. Braelyn Wykle, Lindsay Taylor, massive for the Lady Eagles to propel them to the South Atlantic Conference Tournament Championship game. The Eagles draw the 4th-seeded Wingate Bulldogs. And how about this? The last time Wingate and Carson-Newman met in the South Atlantic Conference Tournament, go back to 2018. That was when Carson-Newman made the Elite 8 run, but it started with that South Atlantic Conference Championship. The Eagles took down Wingate 79-70. Now the two teams meet in the postseason again for the right for another championship. 6 seasons later, Carson-Newman wins 60-57. I'm Andrew Rogers here for the Eagles Sports Network. Glad you've decided to stick with us here on the Domino's post-game report. Braelyn Wykle, Campbell Penland, and Carson-Newman head coach Mike Mincy all to the microphone as we hear from the hero Wykle, the star of the game Campbell Penland, and then the victorious head coach Mike Mincy, who wins his 262nd career game as head coach of the Lady Eagles. Campbell Penland led the way, 19 points for Carson-Newman, made 7 of her 16 shots, and 3 of her 6 three-pointers. Also grabbed 9 rebounds with a board away from a double-double in this game. Lindsay Taylor, 12 points and 6 rebounds. Michaela Alvy, 11 points, 8 rebounds, along with 3 assists. Tori Rutherford, a bucket. Braelyn Wykle had 9. Emily Harmon, 13 for Lenoir Rhyne. Blakely Crooks, 19. We mentioned the offensive rebounds, the second chance points, and how it would play out. And that bucket from Taylor, if without Lindsay Taylor's bucket, Braelyn Wykle doesn't even have the opportunity to give Carson-Newman the win. So credit to Taylor's stick-to-itiveness to throw it back up and in with the left hand to get Carson-Newman this victory in the South Atlantic Conference Tournament. Eagles have made 3 trips to the South Atlantic Conference Tournament now in the last 7 seasons, and hopefully for Mike Mincy's squad it'll end the way it has the last few times the Eagles have been in the title game. They were in it in 2022, beat Anderson by 25, and then that matchup we mentioned with Wingate in 2018, the Eagles won by 9 points. In fact, you go back in time, in Carson-Newman's last loss in the title game, 2007. The Eagles have defeated Wingate in the championship game twice. Once in 2018, as we mentioned, and the other in 2005, 64-43. We'll break here on the Domino's post-game report. When we get back, we'll hear from the victorious head coach along with a couple of players. When we come back, you're listening to Carson-Newman Women's Basketball, and it's right here on the Eagles Sports Network.
There's something about a small community that unites us, whether it's cheering on our favorite team or the way we come together in a crisis. Small communities are made up of people with big hearts. We're dedicated to hard work and innovation through sunny days and stormy nights. AEC is always here, powering the people and the places that make our community a spectacular place to call home. AEC, power what matters most.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
More player interviews and stats come your way in 60 seconds when the Domino's postgame report continues on the Eagles Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
We return to the Domino's post-game report, joined now by Carson-Newman head women's basketball coach Mike Mincy. Coach, back-to-back and ones to close this one out against Lenoir Rhyne. Your offense was good down the stretch. You make 4 of your final 5 shots, but those 2 and ones from Lindsay Taylor, Braelyn Wykle, they stepped up even when they weren't having their best nights. What did you see from your team, especially down this stretch, to prevail when the offense wasn't smooth? It wasn't pretty throughout the day, but when it mattered most, they stepped up and delivered.
You know, it's weird how tournament games and things like this happen. You know, we knew it was going to be a tough road to try to come over here and beat an Anderson and beat an LR and try to make it to the championship game in 3 days. But at halftime, we're down 1 point, and I didn't like the looks on our face. You know, like yesterday, we were happy to be up 1. Today, we just looked like we were almost beat at half, being down 1. And I told them, like, Lindsay and Braelyn, I think, were 2 of 9 from the field combined. And I'm like, dude, we're only down 1, and our 2 leading scorers have only made 2 buckets. So it's almost prophetic that at the end, it was Lindsay Taylor and Braelyn Wykle that finished this thing out with
with and ones, and certainly Lindsay's big free throws, because I think Lindsay had made 2 free throws before that, I believe. Stepping up there, we shot the free throws great. But that was just a clutch player from an All-American player. And honestly, Lindsay should probably be an All-American too, but I'm just proud of him. It was a great stop down here. We had conversation about going zone when we got that stop, because they were getting ISOs with Crooks way too much. That was bad on my part. I didn't make a change. But we went man because they wanted to. They got the stop, and we finished with the and one from Braelyn.
Plus 15 on the glass, 14 offensive rebounds. I think you finished with 14 or 15 second chance points, none bigger than Lindsay's putback. I know that's not a great percentage for the number of offensive rebounds to only score that many second chance points, but how critical was it to attack the glass, to give yourself extra looks when the offense wasn't as efficient as usual?
I mean, we just feel like it's hard to rebound out of a zone. We know that already. And we're a good offensive rebounding team. So you're not always going to get the looks you want out of the zone, and you're not going to get, certainly not going to make all your first chance opportunities. So you got to get second chance opportunities with offensive rebounds. So, again, we only got, 15 second chance points, but it still just tires out the other team when you've got 14 offensive rebounds, you've got a bunch of crashers. And those 15 second chance points may have won us the game, honestly, because we struggled mightily against the zone in the first half. But the way it plays out, 60 points, we scored 64 at home, we scored 60 at third place, and we scored 60 today. I mean, it's kind of the norm for us when we play LR, and they're good at what they do.
So in the South Atlantic Conference quarterfinals, it was Michaela Alvey with a career-high 22. Today it's Campbell Penland, but the offense struggled. It seemed like she stepped up and hit a big-time shot, finishes with 19 on an efficient 7 of 16, 3 of 6 from long range. How important were her baskets when the offense was in lulls? She stepped up and delivered.
Well, I mean, I thought she played well in the first half. I don't know what the stats were for her in the first half. I know that she had hit some key buckets. Couldn't take her off the floor. I was a little bit concerned about her in the second half. We typically like to rotate players, but it's tournament time, and we had to keep the players that we felt comfortable with on the floor against the zone. She had certainly had a good day, but she looked completely exhausted in the fourth quarter. We subbed her out there for a moment and then had to get her back in the game. So, she's got that ability. She did it as a freshman I think it was the semis against Catawba. It goes for 17. She played well yesterday, I thought. Certainly plays well today. Was big getting the ball in the middle of the zone where you got to get it to and get those shots. Certainly made threes. I'm proud of her. And it's great that even though Lindsay and Braelyn are our key guys, it was Michaela yesterday, CP today that led us in scoring. It's a good balanced offense.
All right, have to prepare for a third game in 3 days. Third matchup with Wingate. You beat them twice in the regular season. It'll be a rematch of the 2018 SAC championship game. What will it take to adjust one from playing against a zone defense to against Wingate's defense that limited Catawba's top scorer in Lyric Thorne to just 8 points? Get ready for the Bulldogs tomorrow as you go for another SAC championship.
Well, first of all, we're happy to be staying another night and playing at 4 o'clock tomorrow. I mean, and Coach Hancock has done a phenomenal job this year. I think we all know that, losing Troutman and not having Sutherland for a good part of the year. And for them to find themselves playing super great, good basketball late, to beat Catawba in this environment and be in the championship game, I like it. That's where Carson-Newman wants to be. I think Wingate has been the premier women's basketball program over 20, 30 years in the SAC, and I'm sure they're back to where they want to be. We're certainly back to where we want to be. Feel like we got 2 of the best programs in the conference, and we're certainly going to be excited. She does a good job. They have good players. We have good players. I think it's going to be a good matchup between 2 good teams.
Good luck against the Bulldogs tomorrow.
Thank you, Andrew.
That's Carson-Newman women's basketball head coach Mike Mincy here on the Domino's post-game report. Carson-Newman victorious 60-57. Strong finish. Eagles make 4 of their last 5 from the field. Now we're going to be joined by our Food City player of the game, Campbell Penland. The Eagles win by 3. The Eagles score the final 6 points of the game. Back-to-back and ones, but also efficient shooting down the stretch, where the Eagles make 4 of their final 5 shots to win by 3. Now joined here on the Domino's post-game report by today's Food City player of the game, Campbell Penland. I'm Andrew Rogers for the Eagles Sports Network. Campbell, when the offense was struggling, especially early on in the first half, you really stepped up. I think 8 second quarter points. You finished with 19. What was so key and effective for you offensively today? When the offense was not shooting well, you were and stepped up a lot today.
Yeah, honestly, the zone, it kind of got us a little bit. We were struggling at the beginning, just trying to get something going. So I tried to just come in and find the open shots, take the easy shot, and just put them in when I know I can make them.
It seemed like the offense adjusted a little bit into the second half against the zone. They were forcing some outside shots. You guys were able to get it inside and get some easy layups. What was the difference maybe in half number 2? It still put you guys in a tight game regardless there down the stretch, but what did you see in the second half that was different offensively?
Yeah, in the first half, we weren't getting it to the middle very much, and that was a big key thing at halftime. Mincy came in like, we're not getting it to the middle, we're just reversing around the perimeter, and there's gaps in the zone. We have to get it to the middle and do that. And, like, that's what we did the second half, tried to get it to the middle, find the open gaps, got some easy layups off of it, and just execute the game plan.
It was Michaela yesterday. It was you today that stepped up offensively. You've been in this moment before, had a big game in the semis a couple of years ago against Catawba, stepped up today. What allows you to always, it seemed like, rise up to the moment when the lights are the brightest?
I mean, my teammates, I trust them. They trust me, and just got to come in this game, and no matter what game it is, just play like you can play like it's any other game, but know that it's a little bit bigger. You got to win.
Tomorrow you get Wingate, third meeting with Wingate, rematch from 2018. What will it take to get the Wingate Bulldogs and beat them for a third time?
Yeah, Wingate's a good team. Like we beat them both times this year, but they were both really tough games, and we just got to come in tomorrow, play our game, and do what we're capable of, and just play our game and hope that we can pull it out.
Congrats on the great performance.
Thank you.
That's Campbell Penland here on the Domino's post-game report. Carson-Newman wins 60-57. Penland's 19 points. The difference in this game, she leads the way for Carson-Newman. Lindsay Taylor had 12. Michaela Alvey scored 11 points as well. Those were the three double-digit scores for Carson-Newman. Braelyn Wykle had 9 points. We'll see if Wykle will make her way to the microphone. Looks like she's giving some last hugs in the crowd before making her way over. Campbell Penland's our Food City Player of the Game, but Braelyn Wykle, you have to talk to her after a game like this. Only goes 3 of 11, but makes 9 points total, none bigger than the ones down the stretch. Had a couple of assists. And helps Carson-Newman get this 60-57 victory. And we continue on with the Domino's post-game report. Andrew Rogers joined by Braelyn Wykle. Braelyn, the game winner. Do you need some help here?
Yes,
yeah,
please.
you do. Here. Okay.
Thank you.
There we go. Well, okay, you're going to have to...
I'll just hold it.
Just hold it.
Yeah.
Braelyn, no bigger shot than the one you hit down this stretch. It wasn't your best day from the field. 3 of 11 from the field, only 9 points. What allowed you to step up there, get fouled, but also knock that shot down?
Definitely confidence. I'm a fifth year, been here 5 years. They had the confidence in me not to call a timeout and just set up a play. And what's going on? Why are you guys laughing?
On backwards.
Yeah, I was going to say, it might be on
backwards.
Can I turn it right? Do we want to do it? Yeah, let's do it. Yep. I was going to go that route, but I was maybe not.
That poor girl that interviewed me after the game, she probably thinks I'm dumb. But anyways, they didn't call a timeout at the end. They just expected basically me or somebody else to make a play, and that's exactly what happened. In that moment, I wasn't thinking that I was 3 of 11 for the field. I was thinking, I need to step up and make the shot.
How much does experience for you? Obviously, this is your 5th year. You play a lot of basketball. You've been through the South Atlantic Conference tournament several times. How do all those experiences help you in a moment like that to step up and be able to knock it down?
Yeah, it's huge. The atmosphere is completely different than a normal regular season game. Just being here, shots are tougher for whatever reason. You just got to step up. And just being backed up behind your teammates, that helps a lot. Why are you guys laughing now?
Cav smirks. Cav smirks and I laugh.
Yeah. I was making sure it wasn't me again.
No. Campbell Penland steps up today, 19 points. Yesterday it was Michaela Alvey with a career high. Today Campbell steps up. She's done that in the semis before, did it again here today. How important is it for the others to step up like that when you or Lindsay has not been efficient or does not have a great game, for those to step up and make big shots throughout the game?
It's huge. They both have made an impact on this team, even as freshmen. So they kind of know the in and outs of this team, this program, and we have confidence in them to just step up and make plays like that because they're very capable of doing it.
All right, you get Wingate tomorrow. You went against the zone in Lenoir Rhyne today. Is it going to be difficult to adjust back to facing a man-to-man defense, but also will it be difficult to beat Wingate for a third time this year?
Yeah, it's definitely difficult to beat somebody for a third time. I think it's going to come down to grit and smart plays, defensive effort. As far as going back to man, we played against man basically all year, so it'll be kind of normal for us to go back to that, so that'll be good.
Braelyn, you were rattled with the headset, but not on the floor down this stretch. Congrats on the game winner.
Thank you.
That's Carson-Newman guard Braelyn Wykle here on the Eagle Sports Network. Eagles win by 3. Braelyn Wykle's game winner, the difference in this victory for the Lady Eagles, 60-57, the final score. Carson-Newman is into the South Atlantic Conference Championship game. Takes on the number 4 seed, Wingate, tomorrow at 4 p.m. We go live at 3:45 at the AEC countdown to tip-off here on the Eagle Sports Network. For our producer, Skip Roberts, back in the studio, I'm Andrew Rogers, signing off here on the Eagle Sports Network. Carson-Newman men's basketball is taking the floor and getting set for their semifinal matchup with the number 1 seed, Lincoln Memorial. We'll break here in Rock Hill. We'll talk to you tomorrow for the South Atlantic Conference Championship game, which heads your way tomorrow evening at 3:45. For Skip Roberts, I'm Andrew Rogers. We'll talk to you tomorrow from Rock Hill.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
You've been listening to Domino's Post-Game Report on the Eagle Sports Network. Today's game has been brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative. We're AEC, powering the Eagles and Mossy Creek. By Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. By the Eagle Club, the family of Eagles. By Pepsi, that's what I like. By Magaha Electric, providing quality electrical services and products to East Tennessee for more than 40 years. By First Bank, the official banking partner of Carson-Newman Athletics. The Inner Digital, IT support and marketing, laser focused on your success. By the Bible Insurance Agency, the agency that's service built. By Lisa's Country Kitchen, the best food for the best prices. By Food City, value every day. By Tri-Lite, dream big with gig. By Modern Woodman Financial Planning, touching lives and securing futures. And by ShopCNEagles.com, the official online store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. The executive producer of the Eagle Sports Network is Matt Pope. Producers Adam Cavalier, Ian Johnson, Andrew Drizzy Rogers, Mia Toribio, Caitlin Jones, and Ryan I Love the Herd Wilkes. I'm staff announcer Ernie Anderson. A special thanks to Carson-Newman and University President Dr. Charles A. Fowler. Stay tuned to these stations for information on our next presentation of Carson-Newman basketball. In the meantime, visit cneagles.com for recaps, highlights, and interviews from today's game. This is the Eagles Sports Network.